Welcome to Elevated, a place where the mystical meets the everyday. I am Dawn, a stay-at-home mom to a wild and spirited boy, and a guide in the realms of Reiki, Akashic Records, natural healing, and soulful living. Here, we'll talk energy, intuition, spirituality, but also the realness of motherhood, wellness, and creating balance in the chaos of it all. So grab your tea, take a deep breath, and join me as we explore healing, alignment, and the beauty of both the magical and the messy. Welcome to Elevated. Welcome to Elevated, beautiful souls. I hope you are having a wonderful day. I'm having a great day. It is Saturday when I'm recording this. My son didn't want to go to the city at all today. He was like, no, we're staying home. He had this idea that he and his workers needed to go do a job, something about trenching a pipe. And then my husband and him are actually trenching in our invisible dog fence yard for our outdoor dog across the road. So typically we just lay the wire on the ground and we haven't trenched it in, but we've been driving over this one for quite some time. So my husband's going to trench it across our road for us. And he's super excited. He's like, no, we're not going to the city. We're outside. We're working. He's like, we got to sweep the garage. My husband's like, can we go do something? Like, I worked 5 days this week. He's like, no, we got to get outside. We got stuff to do. So we're draining his pool. They're going to clean his pool for him. We haven't used it in the last month. So right now I'm just hanging out in my studio recording my podcast. I don't really have any updates. I'm trying to think. It was my 10th year anniversary this year. Did we do anything? No. Nope. My son wanted to join us. My mom, she's so sweet. She offers to take care of my son. She's like, I probably know this is a no, but I thought I would offer anyways. And I was like, no, I'm like, apparently he wants to be a part of our anniversary. So on the anniversary day, my husband actually was out of town working. He got home a little bit later and we were going to have this wonderful steak supper at home. We didn't feel like going out for steak this year. I don't know. I'm just having a thing where it's not like a lack of money issue. It's a lack of value issue. So for me, for us to go out for supper with my husband and myself, even if my son was to join, it would have been $200. And I look at that, I'm like, great, someone else cooked it. But I can make the same supper at home for a lot cheaper and it tastes just as good as if we were out. And I don't need to spend the $200 on that where I can spend $200 somewhere else. I'm a person, when I spend money, I love tangible things because then I feel like I can see that I've spent my money. So I'm not somebody that likes to drink alcohol because to me, that's not tangible. I don't smoke because it's not tangible. Once it's gone, it's sort of gone type of thing. So I'm really bad at overspending on probably things I don't need because it's tangible on little things. My husband does not like when I go to the dollar store. He's like, you're just buying crap. He's like, you don't need it all. I don't want to tell him that we're probably going to go to the dollar store and I'm going to get little craft boxes because my son is now into rainbow loom. By me saying my son is into rainbow loom, I mean, he's into mom making him the necklaces and the bracelets. And then I have bought kits of rainbow loom elastics that are different colors because of course you need different colors. You do. Now I'm thinking instead of having all these kits everywhere when we want to do a bracelet or something, I can just bring out these tackle boxes of all of the elastics. So I think that's what we're going to do. The last time I went to the dollar store though, I only bought 2 items. Very proud of myself. Very proud. And I had my son with me. So very proud of myself. We're working on being intentional with what we buy. So even yesterday we went to the city. We had a semi-unintentional day. I will say that. When we went to the city, they had a sale at one of the local ski shops in town for some last year's winter gear. Now, I am the person that I don't care what year it is. I don't. If I like it, I like it. It doesn't have to be at this year's model, especially in clothing. Like no one knows that that's fall of 2026 or if that was fall of 2017. You know what I mean? Like no one really knows. We went to the local ski shop. I say we're having up to 50% off. And my son does need winter gear. I am the type of mom that I have about 3 snowsuits a year for my son. So I keep one in the truck because we are always on the highway. And I have pretty much lived out of town since I was 10 years old. It's been embedded in me that you carry winter gear. So I always have a jacket for myself. I always have mitts. I wear mucklucks in the winter, so I don't worry about boots for myself. But my son, he has boots, toque, mitts, ski pants, and a jacket, which is really good too, because if you end up somewhere and all of a sudden he wants to go outside, at least you have the gear and you didn't have to think about it and be like, oh, I should bring this. I know like last year at Thanksgiving, it snowed and he wanted to go play with my dad outside, and we had his winter gear already in the truck. So I will be packing that up right away here, and I'll be ready to go as soon as it starts getting cold. He has a onesie. He's not a fan of the onesie, but I told him this year for snowmobiling, he's in a onesie. And I'm like, it will just keep you warmer. And it makes sense, especially in the mountains, to have your onesie. So he'll have that. And then we bought him a new set of ski pants for play school and for around the house. I have a winter jacket that does not match his ski pants at all. One is like a dark green. That's his jacket with, I think, a little bit of orange in there for the brightness factor. And then I have bright blue ski pants. So those don't match at all. For play school, he has a bright blue ski pants with a bright blue puffy winter North Face jacket. So that'll work. But yeah, the other jacket though, I was like, for around home, he can huck that on. That's not a big deal as well. So that part, we'll see. I bought that one last year used. I'm the sale queen. I have a problem paying full price for something. And again, it's not the lack of money. It is the lack of value. I feel like if a place is putting clothing or any item on sale, they're still making money at that sale price. So why should I have to spend my money that I've worked hard for on a full price item? If I don't absolutely need it today, why can't I get it on sale? No one knows that it's 2024 clothing because it's probably the same color or close to the same color scheme as in 2026, 2027. So does it really matter? No, it really truly doesn't, in my opinion. And especially when it comes to like kids clothing, kids like what they like. So it doesn't really matter. If they like the color, they're going to wear it. I do that all the time. I'm from Canada, and in Canada, we have Canadian Tire. I don't know how to describe Canadian Tire to you if you don't know about Canadian Tire. It's essentially like a sporting goods store with housewares, with a garden center, with an automotive center, with seasonal as well. Maybe it's like a Walmart without like the fresh food, but they have some packaged food. That would be like the best way of describing it. We get the Canadian Tire flyer every week, and I look at it and they're like 60% off, 75% off. I've gotten my husband amazing Christmas gifts just by watching the Canadian Tire flyer, because a set of sockets that were $300 regular priced will literally go all the way down to like $70 or $100. And I'm like, why would I spend $300 on the same set? You're still making money at that price. You're not losing money, because you wouldn't sell it at that price ever if you were losing money. So why am I spending the extra so that you get the extra money? How about I keep the extra? So I've really been watching that lately, and I try to do a lot of sales for the value. Sales on like gifts, clothing, toys, anything. I'm a sale girly. Number one, that is my thing. If you are new here, I am Dawn. I'm the face of Elevated. I'm also the founder of Elevated Soul Healing, where I do Reiki and Akashic Records reads, and I do heart code and body code and emotion code. That's where I can go into your body, find where trapped emotions so happen to be, and we can release those trapped emotions that were trapped at certain ages. And I also just took my Psyche course 2 weeks ago. If you don't know what Psyche is, it's basically reprogramming your subconscious mind from limiting beliefs into non-limiting beliefs. And last night, I actually got to do something pretty fun. My friend's daughter has been suffering for the last month or so with a rash. And finally, I got this idea. If medical ailments are happening because of a subconscious belief, then I should be able to go in and fix that. And where I got this idea from is the book by Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. In the back of the book, she has different sort of medical conditions that could arise. So something like influenza, kidney stones, your feet, if you have problems with your feet, if you have the flu, if you have cysts, if there is dry eyes, if you have dementia, canker sores, she has cancer in here, cellulite issues. There's one in there for cataracts as well. So just a ton of different things. And what it is there's positive affirmations that go with it. I say that we are getting these medical ailments because of a belief system that we have. So with Psyche, what we work on is changing limiting beliefs. So I texted my friend the other day and I was like, hey, I said, I have this idea. I said, I don't know if it's going to work or not. I'm trained in Psyche. And I was like, do you think that we could program those affirmations that are from the book into your daughter's subconscious mind to help her with her rash? And she goes, let's try it. So the only thing that I asked her for was, I want a report on her daughter. So did like her temperament change? Did her moods change? Did the rash go away? Like obviously that's like pretty easy to know. But what sort of happened over the next 72 hours? So I just did it last night. So I haven't heard back today if anything has happened or not, but we'll see how that is and we'll go from there. Might be kind of interesting to see. So it's something that I'm playing around with. At the current moment, I don't offer Psyche because I'm just playing with it right now. I'm just trying to figure it out. What I want to talk about today after we do the card pull, is there like a topic in this bookshelf that I've read that I should talk about or do? And all of a sudden, way in the corner, they like almost just popped out of like nowhere. The two books popped out. So Angel Numbers and Spirit Animals. And I was like, yeah, wouldn't that be a fun podcast to do it on angel numbers and animal spirits? And lately, I've been seeing a lot of animal spirits, or a lot of animal spirits have been coming up. So wolves are a huge one for me, and I haven't even looked into what they are. Birds, like the amount of birds we have in our yard is unbelievable. I mean, I remember 10 years ago, we didn't have a bird in our yard. Now it's just like unbelievable. Like today we were sitting on the back deck. It's a screened-in deck. And the birds that were flying so close to the screen, we had probably like 50 of them. I love them. My husband hates them because they poop everywhere, but whatever. Bald eagles we've had. We have hawks. We have crows. I'm reading a book about foxes. I've read 3 books about wolves right now. Like they're just coming up everywhere I am. My son had a dream about a wolf and a coyote the other night. That was a really scary dream for him. We'll just go through some spirit animals. I don't know if we'll do those ones or if we'll just kind of like flip the pages and see which ones come up. And then angel numbers. It's always good to know what our angel numbers mean. I think I'll make this a series where we'll do this quite frequently. But in this podcast, I think we'll do the basic ones that everybody wants to know what they mean. And then we'll start deep diving into other ones throughout this series. Our card pull today, I use the Soul Helper Oracle by Christine Ariana Fader religiously. I don't know what it is. Well, I do. It's just extremely beautiful. It's an extremely beautiful, beautiful deck. So I picked card number 22, which is so funny because we were just talking about angel numbers, and 22 is a master number. Card number 22 is the time for romance. The time for romance has come. See it as an opportunity for a radiant life. Ooh. The meaning. What do you see when you look at the card? Do you see purity and innocence? Do you hear the soft, almost imperceivable whisper of the wind, or the gentle rustle of the dress as its hem glides over the ground? Can you smell the scent of the lush rose blossom? Do you hear the sweet bird song and see the golden light of the sun as it descends in the sky, at once saluting the day and bidding farewell to daylight? It has been far too long since you gave yourself to the romance of life, your mind, your sensible side. It's always fighting against it, listening to your soul, which is letting you know that it is time to surrender. Become the queen of the roses, the king of the ivy, the colors of the rainbow. Clothe yourself in the light of the stars. To keep following the path of your soul, you must allow romance a firm place in your life. It'll make you pause for a moment and show you the world through the eyes of a lover. Only then will you recognize its true colors and radiance. Only then will you be attractive to all that you want to attract. Then your innermost magic will unfold silently, like the scent of a rose that is both enticing and healing. Make a conscious decision and act upon it. Day by day, you will see how your life becomes richer, more radiant, and easier. For the next 21 days, your power animal is the hummingbird. So beautiful. The essential oil is Immortelle. I don't know. Don't even know what that is, you guys. Never heard of that one. The healing crystal is rose quartz, and the number is the master number 22. So, since we are doing angel numbers today, we will definitely look into what the master number 22 is, of course. Let's deep dive right into angel numbers. So I think we're going to do all master numbers. That would be like any number that repeats. So 1 1, 2 2, 3 3, 1 1 1, 2 2. So we'll do those. And then I want to do 1 2 3. Those ones too sometimes are really good to do because those as well are sequence numbers. So for me, angel numbers will appear either on a clock, like when you see 111, 1111, 1234, 555, 444. I also look at license plates a lot. Repeating numbers again, like 666, 777, 888, 123, 234, 654. So they can even go backwards. Those all to me have a meaning. As soon as I see that number and I know that I've had a thought in my head, then I connect the two. It's just confirmation of that thought. So I don't worry too much about the exact number and what it means. I just worry more about, oh, I just saw 666 and I had this idea that we were going to go on a vacation. Okay, confirmation, we're going to go on a vacation. Or, I just saw 777 and I just had the idea that I needed to go to this store. Okay, well, I'm going to go to that store is how I'll take it. So the book that I'm going to be using is just the pocketbook of Doreen Virtue's Angel Numbers 101. I'm using the pocketbooks just because they're shorter and it won't be as long to figure out, and you can still get a really good idea of them. If there's a number that you constantly are seeing all the time and you want a deeper dive into what it is, you can buy a bigger book of angel numbers for sure, or you can Google them. I mean, we have AI, you can chat GBT it and it'll come up. So let's start off. First master number that we're going to do is 1111. Stay positive. Your thoughts are materializing rapidly, so you want to ensure positive outcomes by focusing on the good within yourself, others, and the situation. So 111. This number brings you the urgent message that your thoughts are manifesting instantly. So keep your mindset focused upon your desire. Give any fearful thoughts to heaven for transmutation. I remember as a teen, if you see 1111 on the clock or 111, make a wish. And that just makes sense because whatever that wish is, that's what you're manifesting. So 111 basically is saying that whatever you are manifesting and trying to materialize is on its way. 22, which is what our card pull was. The angels can see the positive results of your prayers and they want you to have patience and stay optimistic while the final details are being worked out in heaven. This is an urgent call from the angels to keep the faith. Keeping faith during things that you really are working on, especially if it's been a long time, is so hard. 222, trust that everything is working out exactly as it's supposed to, with divine blessings for everyone involved. Let go and have faith. You'll find that the master number, and then when you add the extra number to it, it's sort of the same idea. 33, you have a strong and clear connection with one of the more ascended masters who have answered your call and your prayers. Keep talking to them as they're helping you with your present situation. So that was for 33. And then for 333, you are completely surrounded, protected, loved, and guided by the benevolent ascended masters. 44. The angels are giving you extra comfort, love, and support right now. Ask them for help within everything and listen to their guidance through your intuition. So 444. There are angels. They're everywhere around you. You are completely loved, supported, and guided by many heavenly beings. You have nothing to fear. Ooh, I like that one. Number 55. This is a period of out with the old and in with the new, welcoming these changes as they bring about new blessings. So I've been seeing 555 a lot and 444. 555. Huge changes are rumbling throughout your entire life. To keep these changes on the highest possible course, be sure to keep your thoughts positive and stay centered in prayer and affirmations. Psyche. Just saying. Okay, 66. When you are burdened with worry, stress, or fear, it is more difficult to hear your angels' loving help. This is a message for you to spend time in prayer and meditation. Ask for spiritual intervention and open your arms and receive the help that always follows prayer. 666. Your thoughts are too focused on material illusions. Rise your thoughts spiritually to get your life back on track. That's a good one. 77. Keep up the great work. Everything you're doing right now has the Midas touch. I love that it literally says Midas. 777. You are definitely on the right path in every area of your life. Stay balanced and spiritually aware so that you can continue moving forward on this illuminated path. Awesome. Number 88. This is a very auspicious and favorable time about your finances. Your actions, prayers, visualizations, and manifestation work have resulted in a large inflow of abundance. Open your arms and receive. The number 8 is the infinity symbol. If you look at infinity, it's literally an 8 sideways. So anything that has to do with 8 will always be about abundance, just so you're aware. Even the Lionsgate portal, which is August 8th, and everyone's like, it's the best manifesting day of the year. Well, of course, because it's 8-8. Some people don't know what the Lionsgate is. It's essentially the best day to manifest. So whatever you're manifesting, people believe on that day is going to come about a lot more and a lot quicker than if you were to manifest or try to manifest it on a different day. Now, if you could have August 8th in a numerology year 8, that is going to be huge. Like huge, right? So that's 888. So I'll be 888 then. So 888, this is a very auspicious sign of complete financial support from the universe. Money is flowing in your direction. Who wouldn't love to see that, right? Okay, number 99. The spirit world has an urgent message for you. Get to work on your divine life purpose now. Ask the spirit world to help you with motivation, clarity, direction, and anything else you need. And then 999. This book only goes up to 999. If you always see like 1, 2, 3, 4, you can Google 1, 2, 3, 4 and the spiritual meaning of that, and it'll come up with that as well. 999. This is a message signifying completion of an important chapter in your life. And now it's time to get to work without procrastination on your next life chapter. The number sequence is like an alarm clock, ringing loudly in order to jolt you into working on your life purpose. So 1, 2, 3. Simplify your life by letting go of anything extra or unnecessary. Ask others, including heaven, to help you to delegate more often. Let's do 2, 3, 4. You have powerful allies in the angels, archangels, and ascended masters. They are with you right now, helping and guiding you. 3, 4, 5. Heaven is helping you make some much needed and positive life changes. 4, 5, 6. Give any worries or concerns about the changes you're currently making or considering to the angels. These changes are bringing great blessings into your life. 5, 6, 7. The changes that you're making or considering are good ideas and will help you ease the stress in your life. Ooh, I like that one. Anything to ease stress. 6, 7, 8. A huge improvement in your finances is occurring right now. That was a nice one. The last one that we're going to have is 7, 8, 9. Continue moving in the direction you're going with respect to your career, spiritual path, and divine mission. You will be fully supported all along the way. That's awesome. Those are really good. Thanks for letting me do that. And like I said, we'll do more of those. We're just going to do the master numbers right now and then more of the sequences that you'll see. And again, it could be on a clock. It could be on a timer somewhere. I know like a lot of times if you're listening to TikToks and it's a spiritual thing, they'll be like, on my timer right now, it's 222. Maybe just anywhere that you see numbers, license plate. That's a me. Let's go into the spirit animals. So I'm using the pocket guide to spirit animals, understanding messages from your animal spirit guides. This is by Dr. Stephen Farmer. I have his bigger version of the book. For myself, I only use the pocket guide to the spirit animals if I want a really, really quick sort of oversight of what the spirit animal has to say. If I want sort of a in-between understanding of an animal spirit guide, so if I want more than just what the little pocket book is going to give, I will use the bigger version of the animal spirit guide by Stephen D. Farmer. It gives a little bit more information than what the pocket guide does. For today's episode, we're going to use the pocket guide. If I want a really good in-depth understanding of a spirit animal, I am going to use the book Animals Speak: The Spiritual and Magical Powers of Creatures Great and Small by Ted Andrews. This book, it goes into knowing your totem animal. It goes into even trees, plants, animals. Like there's just so much in this book. It's unbelievable. And it gives like a lot of in-depth information and even gives you exercises that you can do to try and connect with your spirit animals, to find what your spirit animal is. I was lucky. I did an Akashic Records journey back in February, March, and my spirit animal came up. It's a bear. It's a grizzly bear. With me a lot of the times now when I'm going into journey into the Akashics, it'll just be waiting for me before I go into the journey. And then when I get back from the journey, it'll be there as well. And like I said, this thing about wolves all of a sudden just came out of nowhere. And it's interesting because my nephews were down. I took them to Chapters. I don't think they've ever been to a bookstore before. So we took them to Chapters. We let them pick out a book each. My son got a book. And then I was looking for a book, just something easy, like an easy read to sit down and read with them where I didn't have to learn. Because sometimes I need an easy read, especially before bed, but also with my son. I just need one where I don't have to fully pay attention to the storyline. And I didn't really have the time with 3 boys, ages 4 to 10, to be able to go look at books for myself. I am the person when I look at books, it takes me forever to decide on a book. It is brutal. My husband and son gave me like a half an hour last weekend to go into Chapters by myself. Do you think I could pick a book for myself? I couldn't. I looked at every book and I was like, I don't know. There's just too many decisions. And I walked out. Like I was so overwhelmed. If you have like a good, simple series to read, let me know. Because I'm looking for series of books too, because I like series of books. But the one that I got when I was with my nephews was A Wolf Called Fire. And it's really interesting. It's a made up story, but it's based on a real wolf that they were able to track. And I don't know if the whole story is fully made up or if there's like parts of it that are truth and parts of it that aren't. I'm not 100% sure. But it was the second part basically to a book called A Wolf Named Wander. So, of course, after I was done A Wolf Named Fire, I had to get A Wolf Named Wander. So I read both of those books. Like I pounded out those books. Now, yeah, they're at like an age 9 to 12. I get it. They're an easy read. But it just really made me connect with wolves so much, this book. And then last week when I went to Chapters, and sorry if you're in the States, Chapters is like, well, it's Indigo. I just call it Chapters. I'm so old school, but it's like your Barnes and Noble essentially. So anyways, I picked out a book for my son and it was The Three Wolves. Did I know if he was going to like it or not? I don't know. No. And it's not a picture book at all. It's literally a chapter book. And then the other night, he had that dream about coyotes and wolves. He's so cute. He's like, coyotes. Like how he says coyotes is so cute. Coyotes. So anyways, so we had this dream. And to try and get him back to bed, not to worry about them, because he was worried that they were like going to break the window because we have a walkout and they were going to come into their house. And I'm like, okay, literally, that won't happen. Secondly, your dad would take care of it. And thirdly, we have a Chihuahua, Boston. I know you're like, really? She's so territorial that there's no possible way that she wouldn't go take on a coyote or a wolf. Like she would just would, okay? Like that's just who she is. But anyways, so like I said, all of a sudden wolves came up for me. And now I'm reading Pax, which is about a fox. These wild dogs are coming up for me right now. And like I said, we've seen eagles and hawks. So let's go through the pocket book. I'm going to use the Pocket Guide to Spirit Animals because it's shorter. If you want to know more, you can get any one of the books. I will also link all the books that I used in my show notes so that you have those as well. So you know which ones I'm talking about. I'll probably just do like an Amazon link. And no, I'm not affiliated with Amazon. So no, I'm not getting any money if you were to go to that link. And sometimes some of them that I want in here, they won't be in here. So wolf, not Wolverine. They do have a Wolverine in here, but they also just have a wolf. So let's start with wolf. Characteristics and behaviors that no longer serve your spiritual purpose are being called from your consciousness. Interesting. Make cooperation a priority over competition. Valuable insights, ideas, and new teachings are coming your way, so pay close attention. It's important to maintain your self-esteem and integrity and deeply trust in your inner knowing, even when you feel misunderstood or misaligned. You're being spiritually and physically protected at all times, so there's really no need to fear. Interesting. So the thing with the Pocket Spirit Guide book, for instance, like fox, it'll give you a basic description of fox, and then it'll break down, say, if it's an Arctic fox or a gray fox, a kit fox, a red fox. So I'm going to read fox, and then because I am reading Pax and he is a red fox, we're going to read about the red fox. I won't read about Arctic fox, gray fox, or kit fox, but you get my idea. So, fox, trust your intuition and be wary of someone you're involved with who's attempting to trick you in some way. Your intelligence and integrity are more useful right now than confrontation and righteousness. It is better for you to remain in the background and exert an influence from that position than to take an active leadership role. It's best to blend into your surroundings, move with stealth, and keep your intentions to yourself. It's important at this time to break out of your social conditioning and express yourself more freely. So then, the red fox. It is important to be flexible and adaptable, using the resources you have immediately available, letting the fires of passion into your heart be expressed through some creative process. Interesting. Insect that's been coming up, because they'll do insects as well, that we've been seeing a lot, it is the season for them, is dragonflies. So I'll just read that one. Dragonfly. To be on the lookout for any falsehoods or illusions that are clouding a current situation or relationship. You're being entirely too rational about everything and really need to tap into your deeper emotions, whatever they may be. Your passion is awakening, so direct that to what feels true and right for you. This is also the time when the magic and mystery of your life is reawakening. It's vital to recharge your psychic energy, which you can do by regularly meditating. More than simply a change, you're going through a major transformation, so enjoy the process. Additionally, you should be working with the fairies and other elements. Dear, you've been involved in some aggressive negative circumstances and need to seek out safe, nurturing situations and people. More than ever, you need to trust your gut instinct. You are poised for an enticing adventure, one that'll take you down many different paths and lead you to many important insights. Be gentle with yourself and others. So it does go into like caribou, elk, mule deer, stag, and then whitetail. We have doe with 2 baby fawns in our valley, and they're whitetail. So I'm just going to read whitetail. You're entering into a time of plenty, but the path getting there has not been without sacrifices. This is a great opportunity to take some time off right now and just relax. Crow. You are on the verge of manifesting something you've been working towards for a while. Be very watchful over the next couple of days for any clear omens or signs that'll guide you and teach you. Expect a big change very soon. You've noticed something that's out of balance or an injustice that hasn't been addressed, and it's important to speak up about it. You are about to get a glimpse into some future event that affects you directly. Bear. Set clear boundaries and don't compromise even if pressured. Ask for what you want, whether or not you feel you'll get it. Get going on that creative project you have in mind. Take some time out of your usual routines and spend time in solitude. You may be in need of physical or emotional healing. Be gentle and show your love to those you're close to. To find answers to your questions, go inside rather than reading and consulting others. This has such a massive meaning. Like, I do need time just for myself, and I feel like I don't get time for myself, and I feel like I'm reading so much to get answers versus just going inside and sitting and meditating. In the wintertime, I'll do puzzles around like Christmas or just in the new year, kind of that like weird season. I'll do a lot of puzzles, and I find like when I'm doing puzzles, my mind, that's like a meditation time for me. So meditating, you don't always have to like sit there with your legs crossed and your hands in the Om position and try to clear your mind. You literally can color. That's meditation. You can just let your hands free draw, just kind of like do whatever, move whatever way they want. You can paint. That's a type of meditation. You can do puzzles. That's a type of meditation. You don't have to do that perceived idea of meditating. There's other ways to meditate. Let's read about the grizzly bear, because like I said, I got a grizzly. He came. Stay grounded no matter what. It is time to bring your dreams and plans to fruition. It's important to trust your instincts. Enough hiding. It's time to come out and meet the world. Don't just wait for something to happen. Take action now. Okay, what other ones do we have? Just going to open it up. A horse. You're about to embark on an unexpected venture and will have the money very quickly once it's initiated. It's time to free yourself from those physically and emotionally constricting aspects of your life. You need to call upon reserves of stamina and strength to get through this ordeal. You're much more powerful than you think you are. This situation requires strong warrior energy balanced with sensitivity, patience, and compassion. Teamwork with your family, friends, or community is important right now. Want to do salamander? I just turned to the page. You're about to go through a subtle transformation. However, don't try to hurry it along or dramatize it, but instead, let it develop at its own pace. You're about to receive help from an unexpected source with respect to the dilemma you're facing. Cooperation with those around you and with the environment is key to your success right now. If you're entering into a new personal or business relationship, check things out carefully before proceeding. During this transition that you're going through, be emotionally contained so that you don't get burned out or consumed by the changes. Salmon. Our friend just went salmon fishing on the island. So I think it was Vancouver Island. He sends a picture of this massive salmon that he caught to my husband. And my husband's like, oh, he's out salmon fishing. And he goes with his boss and workers and stuff like that. They treat him so well. I'm so jealous right now. I would love anything to be on the island fishing for salmon. And he knows my obsession with wild caught salmon. Every time we go to BC and we go out for dinner, the one thing I'm ordering is salmon because I know it literally just came from the coast. I'm obsessed and it is the best salmon that I've ever had. So he's given us salmon before as well. He's had some white salmon and he sends me a picture the next day of all the fillets that they have of the salmon. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, that's so much salmon. And he goes, don't worry, I'll give you some. And I'm like, oh my goodness, thank you so very much. So let's read salmon. In spite of any challenges or discouragement, persevere towards your goal and you'll reach it. It's critical that you trust your gut feeling and your inner knowing at this time and avoid the influence of anyone who may have hidden agendas. You may experience some sort of loss, such as a relationship or through a move, yet this will precede a new beginning. Through some sacrifice you willingly make, you'll experience a rebirth into a new you. This signals a time of plenty where you'll have more than enough for yourself and to share with others. Interesting. Okay. A hare. It says also see rabbit. So we'll do both. Hare. Whatever project you're working on, move quickly and remain flexible. Beware of anyone trying to trick or deceive you. You may be fooling yourself about some venture or relationship and not be paying attention to the obvious signs. Pay closer attention to the circles of the moon and coordinate your activities such that it corresponds with the moon's waxing, active, dynamic, and weaning, release, and receptive stages. So basically, you release on a full moon and you call things in on a new moon. You'll be required to make some unexpected and rapid changes in direction in the coming days. Rabbit. This is a very creative time for you, so it's important to quickly take advantage of any opportunity that comes your way unexpectedly. Be extra vigilant for the next couple of days, and if anything threatening shows up, leave it as quickly as possible. Try a vegetarian diet for the next few days and pay attention to how you feel. Rather than steady, step-by-step progress, you'll see it happen in leaps and bounds. You're going to find yourself experiencing a period of quiet and stillness followed by a burst of intense activity. Express your love freely and readily to those you're closest to. They have in here Phoenix, so I want to do Phoenix. Get ready for a significant change, one that's built upon the idea that you're previously discarded. Let go of that which no longer serves your highest good and do whatever it takes in order to allow the version that has been emerging in your consciousness to manifest. No matter the darkness that has befallen you up until now, trust that relief is on its way and something much better is germinating and will soon make itself known. You may have to make some sacrifices and compromises in your usual lifestyle in order to gain the treasure that awaits you. Pay close attention to the cycles of life, death, and rebirth all around you, particularly in the rhythms of the natural world, and learn from them. Light the fires of passion in your heart by singing or chanting. Okay, let's do 2 more. Tiger. Remain focused, be very patient, and you'll soon receive a surprise that'll help you achieve your goal more quickly than expected. You'll soon find a way of healing from a physical condition or an emotional disturbance very quickly, followed by a noticeable increase in vitality. Create a sacred space in your home that is completely yours, one where others may enter only with your permission, and take the time to enjoy the solitude in this space. You'll soon be experiencing a surge of passion and power that will remain with you for some time. Get ready for the new adventures, one that may present some challenges, but will introduce dramatic changes in your life. I like that one. Chipmunk. I've come to this one twice now, so we're going to do chipmunk. And it's our last one that we're going to be doing. Chipmunk. Trust that you're well protected and that there is no real danger you'll have to face. Be curious and willing to investigate anything of interest that comes your way. Go out for walks, and when you do, take the time to pause and explore anything that attracts your attention, from the tiniest pebble or the flower to the vista that's on the horizon. Once you've completed a creative piece or project, keep it to yourself for a few weeks before revealing it to others. Pay more attention to the vocal characteristics of those you encounter than the actual words, as a way of discerning more about the person than speech alone reveals. I like that one. I like doing these. This was actually really, really fun. On my Instagram and Facebook pages, I think I'm going to put up a question box where you can message me and let me know if there's an animal that you're seeing a lot of that you want a little bit more information on, if there's a number that you're seeing and you want to know what that means, and we can do more of these because this was really fun. And it's 111 on my timer right now, you guys. It's an hour and 11. By the time I edit this, it won't be an hour and 11, but you know what I mean. I have a friend, every time in her vehicle there's a sequence of numbers, she'll take a picture and send it to me. She does that quite frequently. I know even for myself, I look at like the kilometers on the truck to see, or the speed a little bit. Like I always put the truck on cruise, but maybe it's like 111 instead of 110 or something like that, where I didn't even notice that it happened. And then it kind of happens. You're like, oh, look at that. Sometimes just like however much gas you have left till empty will bring up a sequence of numbers. I always pay attention to it. And what I do is, again, I think about like, what was I thinking about at that time? And then that's a confirmation. So say it's like 555 and you're having an idea about a change that's coming up. Well, that's confirmation that you're going to go through that change. But always think about like, what are you thinking about when you see those sequences come up? Right now on my computer, I have Saturday, August 22nd, and it is 12:11. So I have Saturday, August 22nd, so 2-2. Then I have 1-2-1-1. So what are my sequences? 2-2-2, 1-1-1. See how it can happen? Just little things like that. You'll just like notice that. When you're more prone to looking for them and you get accustomed to looking for them, they pop up everywhere. And it really is divine. The angels, the universe, loved ones, they're all trying to connect with you to let you know that A, they're here, B, that thought is what it should be, you're on the right path. Like a lot of times if you just start seeing like a ton of sequences and you're making changes in your life, all those angel numbers are just trying to come to you to say, yes, this is where you should be going. Yes, this is what should be happening. That's really what those angel numbers are. With the animals as well, it's always a good confirmation. Like, what do they mean? What can we learn from the animals? Because there's so much that we can learn from animals. I hope this podcast was a little bit entertaining and you learned some stuff from it. It was just a fun podcast to do. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much for being here and listening to today's podcast. If you want to connect with me, you can do so on Facebook and Instagram at Elevated Soul Healing. At both handles. I do have a website, elevatedsoulhealing.com, where you can book in with me, where I do Reiki, Akashic Records reads, body code, heart code, emotion code. I'm probably going to put Psyche up in the fall time here. I just want a little bit more time of working with it before I put it up for everyone. But I do distance healing. I can heal anywhere in the world. You don't have to be here for a Reiki session or an Akashic Records read or a body code, heart code, emotion code. So that is wonderful. I am going to be updating my website with my availability, so make sure that you get booked in. I thank you for being here. I thank you for listening. I am so appreciative. Let me know what other spirit numbers you have or angel numbers that are coming up and what spirit animals are coming up. I'm going to put on Instagram and Facebook a little question about that, and make sure that you go there and answer what spirit animals you want to know about and what angel numbers you want to know about, and then we'll do another podcast like this because it is so fun. It's just so fun. And I would really love to give you the insight to what it means versus me just like going and just picking random ones from the book. I'd rather know that, like, 5 people have seen a cat and they want to know what cat means. Definitely go there, check that out. I'll get that posted here right away. I thank you so very much for being here. I thank you for listening. I appreciate it. If you're new here, thank you very, very much. If you've been a long time listener from the start, I truly, truly appreciate it. I want you to know that next week I have been podcasting for a year. How exciting is that? I'm so excited. So I just want to thank you so much. It was so much gratitude for listening, and I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I will catch you next week.